Hello everyone, welcome to the Hadoop tutorial. Today we are going to see how to create a Hadoop cluster using the AWS cloud. Okay, I have logged into my AWS account. So the minimum prerequisite for this tutorial is you should have at least free tier AWS account. Log into the AWS account and go to the EC2. EC2 is Elastic Cloud Compute. It's basically a machine, a virtual machine into the cloud. Okay. For creating the virtual machine, you need to go to the launch instance. Into the launch instances, you can see there are multiple machines displayed. Let's click on the free tier only. For this tutorial, I am using the Ubuntu 18.0 operating system. Let's select this. We are taking the free tier T2.micro as a processor for this machine. Click on next, configuring instance detail. Here at the start it is asking for the number of instances. For our cluster we need 3 nodes, so I am keeping it as 3. Rest all details you can keep it as default. Click next. Add storage. Storage is by default it's 8 gigs, which is free, so I'm keeping that as a default only, and move because that is sufficient for our purpose. Let's move to next. Add tags. Add tags is just like a not mandatory thing, so you can keep it blank. Next is configure security group. There are 2 options. You can create a new security group or you can use an existing security group if you have. Let's create a new security group. Okay, so what is security group? Security group basically it's giving you the access controls, allowing it has its inbound rule and outbound rule. Inbound rule will say that how other systems can connect to this machine, from which IP address and on which port, and similarly how it can connect. Outbound rule decide how it can connect to the outside world. So for this I am keeping all traffic as open for all port numbers, and I'm saying allow this from anywhere. Anywhere means any IP address in the world can access this machine. If you want to have a very specific cluster where you wanted to private to some IP addresses only, then you can list out all those IP addresses which can access to this machine. Click on review and launch. Okay, I forgot to give the name. Let's keep the name as Hadoop Security Group. Click review and launch. In launch you can review all those configurations that we have done in the previous screens. Click launch. Now it is asking for selecting an existing key pair or create a new key pair. Okay, if in your machine you haven't, if in your AWS account if you haven't created any key pair, it will ask you to create a new key pair. Okay, let's select this, create a new key pair. Key pair is used to connect your instances from your machine, from your laptop or maybe your hard disk machine, from where you want to connect to the instances that we created on the cloud using WinSCP or some putty tool. I'm giving the name as Hadoop Demo Key. Click on download key pair. It will download the Hadoop demo key.pem file. Okay, it's saying that it's already exists. We'll say key pair. You can see that it get downloaded. This will be available once only, at this point only. If you lose this PEM file, you will not be able to access your instances in any way. You cannot recover it. The only option then you will left with, just remove those machine and create a new machine. So you need to be careful. Okay. Click on launch instance. It will take a minute or two to create your instances and make it up and running. You can go to EC2. You can click on running instances. You can see that 3 instances it is showing in pending state. So it is actually initializing your machine into the cloud. So let's wait for it. Meanwhile, to connect this machine from your laptop, you need to have this putty generator. Putty gen. Okay. So what this putty gen is doing? Putty gen will convert your PEM file into the PPK file, which is required to connect to your EC2 instances. It is like a authentication tool. So you need to load, click on load, go to your recently downloaded PEM file, that is Hadoop demo key pair. It's imported successfully, and save it as a private key. It will ask you for the passphrase. I am doing it without passphrase. Click yes and simply save it. Demo key pair. Save. So what I have done is I have converted the PEM file to PPK file. That is your private key file. This activity need to be done once only. Meanwhile, we're back to our EC2 instances screen. You can see that 3 instances is up and running now. You click on any instances and you can see that there are public IP addresses here in the bottom window. Okay. Now let's go to the putty and connect to these instances. I'll just copy paste this IP address. Okay, we have used Ubuntu, and for the EC2 instances the default user is Ubuntu only. So we need to give the host name as Ubuntu @ IP address. Okay, go to the SSH. Under SSH there is an authentication. In this authentication we need to browse our PPK file, the private key file that we have generated using putty generator. The private key file was Hadoop key demo key pair. We go to session. We will save it as, say, node 1. Save it. Now let's just open it. When you connect it first time, it will ask for this. Click on yes. And you can see that we have successfully logged into the our EC2 instances. You can do ls or anything. It is connected. You can see that Ubuntu user and IP address is this. Similarly, we can connect to the other machine as well. You have to just copy the IP address. You need to go to the putty, use Ubuntu @IP address. We need to go to SSH authentication. We click on browse, search for the PPK file. Come to this session. Let's give it name. Say node 2. Save and open it. Say yes. and you can see that we are able to connect to the second machine as well. Now I'm doing it for the third one as well. Yes. I go to SSH, I go to auth, I go to browse, demo key pair, select, go to session and give it the name as node 3, save, and let's open this as well. Great. So we have successfully created a 3 machine into the cluster, and we are able to connect to these 3 machines using PuTTY. So that's all for this first video. In the next video, we will use 3 machines and install the Hadoop on it and create a Hadoop cluster. Thank you for watching this video. Thank you. Have a good day. Bye.